My name is Craig Nelson, and I'm the senior pastor here at First United Methodist Church of St. Pete. And I'm delighted that you are watching this, that you are participating enough with us that you've decided to check this out. And you may already know that I'm new to this community. Just came July of last year. And in that sense, I have been observing First St. Pete, just like you might be. And I have to tell you, I have been amazed. I delight in the breadth of the ministries of this place. It's just amazing what the people of this community do, this faith community do, in St. Pete and around the world. And I hope that as you watch this video, that you'll just get a sampling of what that is and all the things that we're doing. And I hope that you will watch this video kind of as an invitation card, that you will look at it and just wonder where you might participate in one of these, in all of these. We present this to you just as an invitation for you to become part of this community. One that I have to tell you, I have just really been honored and just delighting in being part of myself. I think that core to what we do here, that amongst the diversity of all the things that we do, central to who we are is worship. And we are a worshiping community. Now, even in that, we have diversity. We have 5 different services that happen over the course of the weekend. One is, and actually I'm going to say 6, and we'll get to that in a minute, but one is the Point, which is a Celebrate Recovery type experience on Thursday nights. Wonderful, unique experience. The Foundry is what we call a Fresh Expressions ministry of the church, and there's a group of people that worship on Sundays over on a second campus. Very intimate and different form of worship. And then our children have worship too, and what they do is just amazing. On Sunday mornings, we have both traditional, which is at 8 o'clock and 11, and contemporary at 9:30. Somewhere in all of that, you're going to find a form of worship that just makes your heart sing and allows you to experience God in a new and very real way. Our desire is that happens in worship, but in all of these different things that we hope you will enjoy watching as well.
It's about truth. It's about freedom. Jesus said, "You shall know the truth, and the truth shall set you free." But what is that truth? Every Thursday night we come and we celebrate the grace that allows that freedom to take place. We begin with dinner, where we have good food and fellowship. It gives people the opportunity to just sit at a table, kind of beginning a relationship with others for the first time, perhaps. We have a worship celebration, and that's exactly what it is. We celebrate the great, glad, good news that there's hope and there's possibility and there's peace and grace. And then we have focus groups. It's a time where people can come consistently every Thursday and see people that they begin to know for the first time. We sing, we have testimonies, we share from the Word, we pray, and we cry and we laugh together, and it is truly, as I said, a celebration of good news.
The youth ministry at First United Methodist Church is called 180 Youth, and everything that we do is an attempt to follow Jesus with our whole heart, to love Him and to serve Him. And we have found that kind of the engine that makes us go, the motor for us is mission, loving and caring and serving the world and for the poor and for the less fortunate, the people in the margins. And so it's where our kids love to do the most, and it's where I think they feel the most alive and the most connected. I think our worship is more zealous On Sunday mornings we have 180 Youth Worship, and I just see the kids when they're doing things that are out of their comfort zone. The worship is more passionate and real, and their prayers are more intimate and vulnerable, and our relationships with each other are more connected and vulnerable. And then what happens is our Bible study on Wednesday night is more practical, because they're looking at these verses and say, how does this apply to what we're actually doing? It kind of gives feet to what we're trying to accomplish here. So we do that, and we try to envelop all of that in a bunch of fun and laughter and craziness, because that's important. Being a kid is a lot about just having fun and enjoying your life, but doing it as we serve. So that's kind of what we do with 180 Youth, and I hope to incorporate some of your kids in our group. Thank you.
We have individuals and families that are coming to us broken, and over time, from the services they're receiving here, they are returning to their lives and to communities and their work, with marriages restored, divorces turned around into healthy marriages, depression, anxiety, other debilitating mental illnesses that have been turned around through treatment. We have 6 therapists that have a variety of specialties, and we are able to work together by making a really good match between therapist and client needs. I love watching people grow. I love watching people get excited about the changes in their lives. I love watching people be restored in hope.
Okay, people from the community, many of them say they have passed by this church many times and have had a desire to come inside. Unfortunately, apparently they didn't feel comfortable coming in until they found out about the tour. People have actually come from within our community, from all over the nation and other countries. This morning we just had a couple from France who only spoke French, but they were interested in observing our windows. This ministry was born in 2005 in response to Dan Brown's fictional book, The Da Vinci Code. We took advantage of our Last Supper window, a recreation of Leonardo da Vinci's original painting, and cast our net out into the community in order to tell the non-fictional story of the Last Supper. And so we put together a group of about 5 or 6 people who began to study in great depth what Leonardo meant to do, how he did it, the actual biblical story of the Last Supper, and thus we came up with our tour of the Last Supper window.
Oh, atmosphere in children's ministry is exciting and lively and exuberant. The kids love it to be up here. They're full of energy, and everything we do is exciting and fun, which helps the learning process. They're learning about Jesus and the Bible, and they don't even realize it because it's all intermingled with lots of fun, and they get to be with their friends, and they build lasting relationships with other kids at church. Seeing the kids come each week and the excitement that they have to be here and the joy that they have when they learn new things. I think it's just knowing that we plant those seeds that we don't always see develop immediately, but it's in their hearts, and we know that it's something that they'll continue to grow and learn on to develop that spiritual relationship with their Savior.
The reason why I love working in the preschool ministry is we have the opportunity every day to plant seeds. We plant the seeds of faith, we plant the seeds of knowledge, we plant the seeds of caring, compassion, all these wonderful things we get to do. And not only do we get to plant the seeds within the children, but we also have that opportunity with the families as well. We have the awesome responsibility to nurture and develop children, not just physically, social, emotionally, cognitively, but spiritually as well. My staff and I take this responsibility very, very seriously, and by the grace of God, we get it done. We every day get to show the children the love, joy, and peace of Christ in everything that we do. It's very important.
Stephen Ministry to me is a way to give back. I've been so blessed when I've had to go through really difficult times by Christian counselors and by other fellow Christians who have come alongside me and helped me through the hard times. It is just a privilege to be able to come alongside someone who hurts and to help them through their difficult times. One of the neatest things for me through the years as a Stephen minister is to watch how people who are going through challenges, when they have a Stephen minister and come out on the other side, many times they become a Stephen minister themselves. So they actually give back to the community and to our church.
20 years ago, God decided that we were going to feed the homeless here in St. Petersburg. We began feeding those people out of our vans and the trunks of our vehicles. That eventually led to an agreement with St. Vincent's Homeless Shelter for us to serve on a couple of nights a week. That has now expanded to 5 nights a week beginning in 2016, actually in February 2016. There are approximately 75 volunteers that serve over those 5 nights. So we have a cooking team for each night that prepares food in our church kitchen. And then we have a separate team for each evening meal that will serve those people that come in that evening. That night, we would serve somewhere between 160 and 200 people, varying each night. We are always looking for volunteers.
This group is that I've got the privilege to lead is they're so active, they're so on fire, and everyone has the same goal, which is to demonstrate and show the compassionate love of Jesus Christ to other people. One of the groups is working, it's a partnership between people from our downtown campus, from the Foundry, with the City of St. Petersburg and the Kenwood Historic Neighborhood Association that are actually going out helping elderly or people who just don't have the money or the health ability to fix up their houses, fix up their yards. A lot of times they've been code enforcement citations, and with the help of the city and the volunteers, they're actually making a big difference, a big impact on the lives of the people in their property. The local missions have sponsored Holidays of Hope, which is a project that raises donations for during the holidays of food, turkeys, children's gifts. This past year we had over, in a partnership with a local business, we had over 90 turkeys that were donated, 94 different Christmas toys, and over $1,600 worth of gift cards that we were able to give to needy families. You know, it's just the kind of stuff that makes it all worthwhile.
We are a group of us from the church who reach out to people, our sisters and brothers who are in need in some way. I've been fortunate to be able to go to Kenya 7 times. We have a mission over there where we're building a clinic, and that has been a tremendous opportunity for me to learn about another culture, also to see how other people practice their faith, and to build a clinic that will help them have health care. The chance to go to another culture and experience that culture, to see how they live, and also to put into practice a person's faith. The Great Commission is to go to reach out to those in need and to help them. And going overseas forces you to get outside of your box and to immerse yourself in another culture and to understand exactly what those people go through on a daily basis.